quite possible that you've been outside riding your bike, middle of a nice sunny day, and then all of a sudden it starts raining and your bike gets covered in dirt. If that's you, this video is going to cover what to do when you get home, what you should look at on your bike, and how to clean it after getting caught in the rain. So what you're going to do is you're going to first take the wheel off the bike. We want to make sure you clean in between all of the gears with the edge of the cloth. Get the dirt off, and this will just help prevent any rusting after riding in the rain. It just gets all that road dirt off as well. And you can see even on here, there's a little bit of rust already starting to form around this outer point here, and here. It only really takes a couple of hours of having after a rainy ride for rust to start forming. So you really want to try and do this as soon as possible after getting back from a rainy ride. Just dry it off, get the dirt off, and any rust that does form, it should, relatively easily come off. It shouldn't be stuck on there or anything. And just a cloth, you can see everything that did come off here. Pretty dirty, a little bit on my hand. That's about it. Just give these a little bit of a wipe. See all the stuff coming off there. You don't have to take too long with this process. We just want to make sure you get everything dried off and cleaned. So while we're at the wheel, we're going to get this braking surface here as well. Oftentimes after riding in the rain, the brake pads and this rim are going to get really dirty, and you'll often hear like a sort of a grinding noise almost, or a metal on metal noise when you brake, and that's because all of that dirt gets on the brake pads and the rim. So after riding in the rain, just take your cloth, a little bit here, and just wipe this metal surface. Just spin the wheel, or you can just take your hand and go around. And you can see even with this, just like this dirt coming off. Both sides, just a little wipe. So the brake pads and the rim, just get that dirt off there. Just make sure that when you brake, you get that nice braking. You won't have that sort of metal on metal sound anymore. Then we'll come to our chain. You do have to make sure you get this dried off and then put some new oil on it. You can go through the full chain cleaning process if you want with the degreaser, the alcohol, and the chain loop, or just wipe it off by spinning the chain backwards, holding the chain underneath. This is just to get the water off, any dirt. You can see all the stuff we've already got coming off of there. So you can do an extra step and try and get a bit of extra dirt off, put a bit of degreaser or alcohol on here, which is going to help loosen up some of that dirt that was on the road. So we're just going to put a light coat of chain lube on. Just give it that fresh oil because some of that existing oil will have washed away. So spin the cranks backwards a bit and then wipe off the extra oil. So if you have a lot of extra time on your hands after your ride, you can get really in depth with the cloth and clean everything. You can clean all the tubes on the frame, get all the dirt off, make sure your bike is sparkling clean. You can even get in behind the brakes here, get all the little bits of dirt off on the front brakes. It's not as important because it's less likely that you're going to find rust or any corrosion on those parts. Like carbon fiber, it won't rust. So if there's a bit of dirt or water on it, it's not the end of the world. It's just going to look a little bit dirty. The most important parts are going to be to make sure you clean the rim braking surface on the wheels, clean the brake pads off, clean your cassette, clean your chain, and get a bit of oil on that chain. If you do that, that's the basic maintenance I would recommend after riding your bike and getting caught in the rain.